Hollywood may be hitting a new low in the 2016 race. A-list actor Will Smith appearing to call for the country to purge itself of Donald Trump's supporters, or at least of their ideas.
He's a Hollywood actor. He's not accountable to the American people. He doesn't have to be politically correct. He doesn't have to, as somebody like Donald Trump say, have to mind what he says. Here's the thing. This is not to defend what Will Smith said, because that's not my job. He can say whatever he wants. So the idea that kind of actors mouth off about political candidates is not a new story. I don't really know why we're giving it time to.
Ever wonder what happens when a beloved actor takes on the most powerful man in the world? Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because Will Smith just went toe-to-toe with Trump, and the results are wilder than a Men in Black alien invasion. From Dubai with Love, Will Smith lobs some serious shade at Trump's embarrassing behavior. Now Trump's seeing red, or is it orange? And his supporters are burning DVDs like it's 2005. But here's the million-dollar question. Who's really winning this celeb politician showdown? Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great! Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Good, people. Our favorite Fresh Prince appears to have chosen to exchange his crown for a megaphone. The man who typically protects us from aliens and villains, Will Smith, has chosen to face Donald Trump, the Orange Menace. Imagine this. Will is spreading love and positive energy in Dubai by giving away free hugs at a kitten adoption fair. Hold on to your hats though, because our boy Will has a more scathing comment about Donnie diapers than Uncle Phil's barbecue sauce. As everyone knows, Trump's international relations aren't exactly stellar.
In terms of Islamophobia in America, you know, for me, that's why it's important to show up. And as painful as it is to hear Donald Trump talk, and as embarrassing it is as an American to hear him talk, it's like I'm in Dubai and I'm having fun and I'm tweeting and I'm showing pictures. Hey, it doesn't look like they hate me, does it? You know?
Will, though, he shows the world that Americans can be about love and acceptance rather than walls and fear by working as a one-man public relations team for the United States. He seems to be making amends for all the times Trump's outbursts made the rest of us want to hide under a rock. This is where things get juicy, though. A truth bomb dropped by Will is more devastating than an Oscar slap. Trump's actions, he says, are embarrassing as an American. Oh, that must hurt more than sitting on your own testicles by accident, isn't it? You would think that by now, Trump fans would be accustomed to hearing their man called embarrassing. But no, compared to Carlton performing the Carlton dance, they're losing it more severely. They are yelling about boycotting Will's films on social media, because it seems to be the more responsible way to deal with criticism these days, rather than disparaging others. One especially sour supporter even suggested that Will stick to making bad movies. Whoa, dude, sick burn. With his millions of fans and smash hits, I'm sure Will is crying uncontrollably. The worst part is that Will is truly leading by example, while Trump is tweeting like a teenager with a grudge. He is in Dubai, demonstrating to the world that Americans are not infatuated with erecting walls and can be kind and diplomatic.
I think it's good. We get to hear it, we get to know who people are, and now we get to cleanse it out of our country. So I'm going to take shots, and I'm not going to hit them all because I'm going to be trying really wild, aggressive, creative thing.
We've been on a huge promotional tour, and we will try and ask you at least a few authentic.
I feel like at this point in my career, I've earned the right to fail. So, you know, some of them will be critically acclaimed, some of them will make money, and some of them will be Wild Wild West.
Who would have guessed that the rapper who rapped about parents not understanding would become a president's international relations instructor? The orange turd simply couldn't resist taking the bait, so hold on to your MAGA hats, people. As soon as Will Smith dared to express his opinions, Trump's Twitter fingers began to move more quickly than you could say "kafef." The tweeter-in-chief chose to respond, but the worst part is that his attempt at a sick burn was only as successful as a chocolate teapot during a heat wave. Never one to leave a good insult unanswered, Trump unleashed his powerful tweet storm on his preferred platform. He thundered, presumably from his golden throne, Will Smith should stick to making bad movies instead of disparaging others. But here's the thing, Will Smith was harmed by Trump's insults about as much as the Hoover Dam would be by a water balloon. It's like watching a toddler attempt to topple a skyscraper, really. But hold on, things will improve. Always willing to follow their leader into battle, or in this case, into looking foolish. The MAGA crowd decided it was time for a traditional boycott. Imagine Men in Black DVDs being burned in the backyard by grown adults wearing red hats. After all, burning a copy of Independence Day is the epitome of I'm a serious political activist, isn't it?
He says that the country needs to cleanse itself of Donald Trump's supporters. He's going after the supporters.
I spent 2 weeks in Europe 2-3 weeks ago, and I got to tell you, when people talk about U.S. politics.
And he knows that going into it. He knows full well. He's been around long enough that he knows if he puts his neck out there, not only for conservative causes, good deal of bravery for someone like that to put themselves out there. I don't think he should necessarily be surprised. I'm not surprised. I mean, I've seen it happen over and over again, and that's why Republicans in Hollywood have secret meetings.
You might assume that our Fresh Prince would have problems as a result, but plot twist, 90s kids, hang on to your crop tops. The best thing that could have happened to Will was actually Trump's outburst on Twitter and his supporters' DVD bonfire. On Will's social media, a dozen more people clicked the follow button for each MAGA hat wearer who set fire to their copy of Wild Wild West. Well, maybe we can't blame them for that one. It's as if Trump became Will Smith's best promoter by accident. Who knew that getting insulted by a guy who has a comb over that seems to be trying to get out of his head was the secret to becoming more popular? After a bucket of KFC, Will's social media following began to grow faster than Trump's cholesterol. Well, people, there you have it. When Trump attempted to defeat Big Willie style, he ended up resembling a less menacing version of the Men in Black alien. You know, the one in the human suit. Will Smith, meanwhile, is out there having the time of his life and is likely considering sending Trump a thank you card for all the free publicity.
They don't advertise them. They meet among themselves and discuss.
We've had some of them sit right here on this couch and tell us that.
And they will deny.
And they have secret handshakes?
Says that she's going to leave it. If Samuel Jackson, you know, if Miley Cyrus says that she's going to move to Canada or New Zealand, it's like, go ahead, but don't say that you're going to purge or cleanse the country.
I mean, I think there's a lot of that going on everywhere. I mean, you talk to people all the time who say they're trashing Trump, and then they're saying, I'm embarrassed and I'm not going to tell anyone that I'm voting for him.
People, it appears that the grumpy Trumpy just received a royal slapdown from the Fresh Prince. Will Smith's remarks regarding Trump's actions rendered the orange turd incoherent, demonstrating that sometimes using original rhymes and charm is the most effective way to put out a fire. And you know what? Hollywood's top brass is supporting their son Will. Showing off his support skills, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson declared his admiration for Will for speaking truth to power. It appears that Trump is only erecting walls between himself and America's celebrities these days. Who knew that the man who defended us against the political invaders in real life would be the one who fought aliens in Independence Day? Perhaps Donnie Diapers will reconsider initiating a Twitter feud with someone who has been entertaining Americans since the 1990s. When your opponent has been getting jiggy with rap for decades, you don't bring a MAGA hat to a rap battle after all.